bananas. It's crazy. I had to get out of there. It was too much. We had to like beat the fans down. No, I'm being completely silly. It's a blast. I love coming out to Chicago. This is my 25th year in comics. So, this is a hive of fiends. We call our fans fiends, so there's hives of them. So it's great to come out and connect.
Now, Brian, you are the creator of Lady Death.
Yes, this is true. Guilty as charged.
What inspired you to create that character?
Well, what inspired me to create Lady Death, to tell you that, we have to go back in time. Probably back to before you were born, unless you're actually undead and centuries old. Okay, I don't know. So we go back to about 1987 and 1988. What was going on in music was thrash metal. So it was around that time where I began to think about another character named Evil Ernie. And Evil Ernie was a teenage Frankenstein for the time. Long hair, he controlled zombies, but he didn't have a motivation. And I was thinking about the idea behind every great man is a great woman. So I started thinking, what would be Evil Ernie's ideal woman? And that began the creative journey to crafting Lady Death.
And she's well crafted.
She's well crafted. Well said.
Now, can you explain the character for those that aren't familiar?
For those who are not familiar with Lady Death, she's been in comics for over 25 years, but at her heart, it's the story of a girl named Hope who renounced her humanity to save her mother's soul, who was kidnapped by the devil and brought to hell. She's brought to hell through years of trials and tribulations and insurmountable obstacles. She becomes the sword-wielding battle maiden, Lady Death, who is not above using evil to do good.
So kind of like a vigilante.
She's past a vigilante. Yeah, she's an anti-hero.
I love anti-heroes.
Me too. Who doesn't love an anti-hero?
Who's your favorite anti-hero?
Paul Kearnsey in the movie Death Wish. Because he was like the first super badass revenge guy. I also like Clint Eastwood, Man with No Name, all the westerns.
You gotta love Clint.
Yeah. I mean, in fact, to be honest with you, this is a tip. We'll just tell you and your viewers that when I think of Lady Death, I actually am thinking of the Clint Eastwood westerns. The man with no name who kind of comes into a circumstance, if you remember, and people are being oppressed, and he comes in and straightens everybody out, but he uses extreme violence to do it.
Who doesn't love violence, though?
As long as it's in entertainment, yes. When it's in real life, it sucks.
That is true.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay.
I like violence myself.
Well, you're Miss Bathory, of course you do. You like to bathe in blood.
That was my great times 5 grandmother, but I can't say I haven't.
Fair enough.
Now, other than Lady Death, what do you do?
Well, I'm most known for Lady Death, but in the past I've created the entire Chaos Comics universe, including Evil Ernie, Purgatory, Chastity. I've been lucky enough in my horror career to write Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, Chucky. But I'm also a filmmaker. So I made a feature film called The Grave, starring Tony Todd, who you know as Candyman, and Bill Moseley, who you may know as Otis from House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. And in that movie, it was about 2 sisters who happen upon this town that houses levels and levels of terrible mysteries and horrors. And that was fun. That movie probably sometimes is on Netflix, but it showed on After Dark Horror Fest, Sci-Fi Channel, FearNet, all over the place.
That's incredible.
It's fun, and we still have a website up on it. It's called thegravesmovie.com.
Out of everything that you've done, what are you most proud of?
Well, trying to come up with the most proud of is difficult because it's the latest thing I worked on that I enjoy. So most recently, I've launched 2 graphic novels. One's called Zack the Zombie Exterminator, and the pitch on that, if you and I were sitting down in a Hollywood meeting, it would be Wayne's World meets Dawn of the Dead.
That's something I'd like to see.
It's fun. I love Walking Dead. It's the opposite of Walking Dead. It's fun. And it's about the rise, fall, and redemption of a cable TV Instastar in a world where the zombie apocalypse never came. And if you want to get rid of your dead grandfather, you just got to call somebody up to get rid of him. And then another story I've done called La Muerta, which we call like a Chicano version of The Crow meets the movie Death Wish. That takes place on the Mexican holiday Day of the Dead. And talk about revenge. So it seems like the most recent stuff is the most energizing and fun stuff. And then even stuff you do not know about because it's coming out in the future, stuff I'm working on now.
Would you like to maybe elaborate on that?
Well, Probably the best thing I could do, because I don't want to give too many kernels away, except to say, if you come to my website, lateattheuniverse.com, maybe sign up for our mailing list, we tell about what is to come.
What got you into all of this?
What got me into all this? Well, as a child, my mom got me into horror films at such a young age, about 4 or 5. You're asking me, like, where did it start? My mother's enthusiasm and acceptance got me started on it, and that was it. I saw Night of the Living Dead at the drive-in when it came out. Maybe I was 7 or 8, and
That's gotta be awesome.
yeah, it's traumatizing and exciting at the same time. You know, so it's
Which
like,
is a thrilling combination.
yes, exactly. So that's how I got started.
Now, what is your favorite genre to watch? Is it still like the horror, sci-fi kind of stuff, or?
My single favorite genre is all post-apocalyptic, pre-apocalyptic. So even past horror, I just love, here comes the apocalypse, it's after the apocalypse, so I'll see any movie or any fiction in that. But I do love genre, unique takes on the genre. So like a little combination of horror and a little combination of sci-fi. So let me give you an example. I'll give you an example of a couple of movies that maybe onto themselves aren't great, but the ideas are amazing. So one is called Light at the End. Very, very low budget film, but the premise was underneath in the subway, the apocalypse is beginning and the shadow people are coming. I like that idea. And then there was another one called Vanishing on 7th Street. And the premise there was that all the lights in the world are going out, but inside the darkness is something that's going after everybody. So a little sci-fi, a little horror. I like some of the supernatural slashers like you like. So, of course, Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, Chuck. They're fun, Michael. They're fun. You know, we haven't had one since. Candyman was kind of rad, but it was kind of a moment in time. The 80s were really great for that. And of course, zombies. Probably my least favorite is the Galileo, the Italian Galileo. I get the art stuff, but you know, it seems to be particularly violent towards women. It's not my favorite part. So yeah.
When did you actually start making a business out of it?
My first published comic book was Evil Ernie #1, and that was in December 1991. So this December it'll be 25 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And really, we're lucky enough that as soon as that came out, we were off to the races, and I've been in that world since that time. A little before. Yeah, 25 years.
Before I end this interview, I want to ask a couple fun questions
Lay it
to
on me.
shake things up.
Let's shake it up.
What is the weirdest thing about you that most people would never get?
I don't know. I'm asking my wife off camera.
What are you going to put on your gravestone?
What I will put on my gravestone, and it's in my will, is that I've never eaten a corn dog. So there was
You
somewhere
haven't?
along the line where I realized, like we would go to the state fair, and somewhere along the line I realized I didn't. So I said, I'm all in. I'm going for it. I'm going to live a life where I never eat a corn dog. Does that qualify?
That qualifies as very odd. What is the craziest thing you've ever done?
What's the craziest thing I've ever done? There's a lot of crazy stories. When I was younger, a lot of crazy, edgy stories. Hung off the edge of a 17-story building.
What for?
I don't know why exactly.
Just to do it?
Just to do it. Because it was the time. Something like that.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Ooh, cool superpower. Flying. I guess flying seems to be the good one because you can get around. Go to Hawaii for the weekend. It's a practical power.
That'd be useful.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking automatically of saving anybody. It's like, it'll be better on the commute.
And free.
Yeah.
Just do it yourself.
Yeah.
Get a good night's sleep.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been nice talking to you.
Pleasure's been mine. Hell.
Well, you've watched another episode of Coffin Rock.